Is Shohei Ohtani the GOAT? He had the first 50-50 season ever. He has an argument. This year he's had arguably the greatest season ever. But does that make him the GOAT? I don't think so. Because one great season doesn't make you have a great career. And he hasn't played for 20 years or 15 years. It's the best way I can think of it, Gabe, is it's like Mahomes dominating for a short time like he is now. But with Ohtani, you can just take away the championships. It's the same thing, I think.
Okay, here we go. So,
with the dominance. He needs to show that he can dominate longer than 6-7 years.
I could agree with that to a point, but the thing with the Brady, just really quick, Brady and Mahomes. Brady. Mahomes has to be the GOAT because he has to pass Brady in rings. Everyone knows that. In baseball, you don't have people talking about Ohtani passing anyone in rings. No one talks about that.
But he has to pass them in like playing years and stats. He has to have like the statistics have to build up.
I feel like he's proved himself already. I feel like what he's done in his past, along with this season, it doesn't compare. I mean, he's done something at this point in his career that no one has ever done. So I feel like he just made a case for it. And athletes have said it in every sport. They made a case for it.
If you talk about ask a person, create a player, you're pulling every single attribute Shohei Ohtani has, of course.
Of course.
But we're talking about a whole body of work here. Like, if you put him in the realm of Griffey, Ruth, and Barry Bonds, his stats are not as good career-wise because he just hasn't played long. I just think it's too early.
I'm not putting Barry Bonds in there, first of all. That's just my thing. But I feel like just what he's done is just, it's just unheard of. And he hit for power, hit for average, runs, and pitches. What else do you want?
Do you want me to verify your claim? Because I have a soundbite, by the way, that I want to play. Talking Baseball podcast. I want to hear. I want to hear what your reaction is to this, and then we can continue this conversation. Okay. Let's hear this really, really quickly.
He's not a generational talent. He's the best to ever do it. Nobody that's put a baseball glove on their hand or picked up a bat can say that they are a better overall baseball player than Shohei Ohtani. And that was true before 50-50. I don't think you could make an argument for anybody else literally ever because he does everything. We know he's got pop. Like even the 50th homer goes oppo, looked weird, like a weird swing. 109 off the bat. Like I don't get it. Like his exit velo is so good. He hits the ball so hard. But then when he runs, it's crazy. He's got long strides. He's just a different type of player. This is the guy that we're going to be telling our grandkids about.
W talking baseball. W. I love my boys, John Boy and Jake. I love them. They know the big baseball guys, but I mean, it's not that much to say. He kind of said it for you, and he runs. And I haven't heard this yet, but I don't want to hear the bases being bigger or like the pickoffs. No, Ohtani has that. He has that electric, awareness of running the base. I mean, he's not the fastest guy in the world, but he has the awareness to run the bases. Things he does is just, it's unheard of. Like you don't go oppo 109 off the bat. You don't do that.
Oh, and Bonds and Griffey couldn't do that? Hitting the baseball?
Okay, well, Bonds, I'm not getting into that. But
why not?
Because that man's a cheater, bro.
Who cares? His numbers are still existing. He may not be in the Hall of Fame, but it still is in the history books.
Oh, it should be scraped. Anyway, I don't think Ohtani needs steroids to hit a ball 450 feet. Ohtani got that raw power. I mean, a Bond is a
Well, if we look at the total home runs here, Ohtani has 225 to Barry's 762. So that's what I'm saying with the longevity and the bigger body of work. He needs to play longer. And he also needs to get a chip to solidify this legacy. Ruth won one, Koufax won one, and Jeter won one. That cemented them as one of the greatest in the game. And if he wants to be the GOAT...
Did Griffey win?
No.
Okay, well then it's not his fault.
No.
Because Griffey didn't... he had a good team, but he's just going to get it done. Anyway, it's just unfortunate to baseball. That just happens. And I've never wanted the Dodgers to win as much as I want them to do now. Because I need Ohtani to do good, get this, scrape off my back just to talk, needs a ring. He's the GOAT, bro. Like, he has it.
But he needs a ring, though. Like, you can't have a ring. You can't be the GOAT without a ring. Like, that's hard, I feel like.
No, especially not in baseball. Football, especially basketball, yeah, but not... Not in baseball. You don't need a ring to be it's good to add to your resume, but you don't need it. You don't need a ring to be the GOAT in baseball. That's me, because Mike Trout considerably. I mean, he's had his issues, but Mike Trout considerably was going to be and could have been the best player.
But does Barry not count? 7 MVPs?
No.
7.
I don't care. That man's a cheater.
He's 7 MVPs.
No, doesn't faze me. No one talks about it. That doesn't faze me. I mean,
does Ohtani have a Gold Glove? No.
He doesn't play the field.
Oh, but how? So he's the GOAT, but he's better than all these guys, but he doesn't field. We haven't seen that.
But he pitches.
These guys don't pitch, but Ohtani doesn't field. It's the same thing.
It's the totally different point. No, that makes no sense.
Yes,
no.
it does.
That's no.
Explain. Why does it not make sense?
Because he doesn't play the field.
Right. These guys don't play on the mound.
But he does it better both sides. Like,
how does he do it better both sides if he doesn't even play defense?
But so you're saying that he needs a Gold Glove to be a GOAT?
But he doesn't have one. If you're talking about a totality of a player.
But that's not what
he said. We even played the side. He said he's better than everybody at everything. But he hasn't fielded. We can assume, he's going to be a great fielder. I think he would be, but we haven't seen that.
Don't you not like the ifs or assumptions? So if we're assuming that if he's a good fielder, then it doesn't make any sense.
But okay. What if Griffey was a good pitcher? What if Barry Bonds could pitch? I mean, that'd be a completely different conversation.
But again, in baseball, you're assigned to do what you're supposed to do. Like, you can't say Ohtani has no Gold Gloves, so he's not a GOAT. He's not supposed to field. That's not what he's supposed to do.
But if he can do everything, then he should go get it. Improve it.
But that's not baseball. LeBron can do.
Let's not do that.
LeBron can do everything on the court. He can block, he can steal, he can shoot, he can screen, pass. That in a basketball player, I feel like it's to be more. I mean, I'm not a basketball guy, but I think it'd be more, in a way, complete. But in baseball, you have to be complete at what you're good at. And if Ohtani is complete in the categories, especially with hitting, hits for power, hits for average, and gets on base.
Where's Ohtani's Cy Young? Where's that at? Why has he not had a Cy Young yet? If he's so great.
Well, he'll get one.
When's he gonna get it?
When he pitches again.
But he should have had one before.
I mean, an MVP.
I was surprised. I looked it up. I thought he had one.
No, he didn't have a Cy Young. I knew that.
I was so shocked.
I knew he didn't have a Cy Young. But you're not gonna give it to Ohtani. He's gonna go an MVP. Like, I mean, in 2021, he probably was like maybe top 5, top 10 in Cy Young voting, but he's not gonna get it. Not because he's not good, but because it's MVP. I mean, you're not gonna give someone an MVP and a Cy Young. I know he's amazing, but like, give someone else a Cy Young.
No one's ever gotten an MVP and a Cy Young before?
No, I don't think so. But Clayton Kershaw got MVP. He didn't get Cy Young.
That's weird.
No, that's how it works. You're not gonna give them both awards if they're dominant in one thing. Like, Clayton Kershaw had an amazing season, but he's not gonna get Cy Young. Who got MVP? The next person probably.
That's weird. I don't, because Cy
Young. Wrong with that.
Because Cy Young's for like the best pitcher, so I don't. That doesn't really make sense.
When a pitcher is like absolutely dominant and he's like the best player in the league, and maybe the league is not as good, I mean, you need MVP.
Is it just because they don't want to stack the awards on one person?
They don't want to stack the awards on a person. I mean, I don't believe he won a Cy Young and MVP.
I don't think so. I would have to look it up and see who has won a Cy Young.
I could be wrong, but I don't recall him winning 2014 Cy Young. I don't.
And MVP.
Yeah.
Who's won a Cy Young and an MVP? Okay, since that first one, no pitcher has won his league's MVP award without also winning the Cy Young award. Newcomb, 1956. So none of these guys.
No. That's just.
Wait, all these guys. Hold on. All these guys.
Is that what it's saying?
That first sentence doesn't make any sense. But Newcomb 56, Koufax 63. Is that saying each have one?
No, it's saying that since I'll wait for my mic. Since whoever did it last.
MLB pitchers who won the Cy Young and the MVP in the same season. Okay, so it's clearly been done. Okay, that's right. Don Newcomb, Sandy Koufax, Bob Gibson, Denny McLain, Vinny Blue, Rolly Fingers, I love that name. Willie Hernandez. Dude, look at these mustaches. Look at these mustaches. I'll put up a couple on the screen because these mustaches are actually immaculate. Roger Clemens.
Oh, that's right. That's right. He did. Okay,
Verlander even won one too.
Okay.
That's
right.
Kershaw.
Oh, he did Kershaw. Okay.
Yeah, so you're right. Yeah,
okay.
so you're right.
All right. Okay. Then Ohtani needs to get on that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I was like the one. That's like the one thing I looked at. I was kind of shocked about that.
Okay, Ohtani's gonna get on it. That's on me.
We're gonna keep the Ohtani talk going, but I'm almost ready to say he's the GOAT, but I just want to see him do it longer. That's the only thing. Okay. I know he has the intangibles. That's the bottom line. Though.
Yeah. Talk to me, baby. Talk to me nice. I'm from another world, baby, yeah. Broadway paradise. They think I'm way too cold, cause I put my